Alright guys, so in today's project we're doing mud set, and the first thing we got to do is get this slab super clean. Use a vacuum, use whatever you need to use, but get this sucker clean. We're going to use our laser to get our measurement. The first thing we're going to do is find our longest distance from the center drain to any part of the mud bed. So in this case we have about, let's call it 2.5 feet. Code, they require a minimum of 1/8 of an inch, but we like to do 1/4 of an inch per foot. So in this case it'd be, let's just call it 3 feet. So it'd be 3/4 drop. So now we're going to take a measurement of where we are in the center. We are at 20 3/8. So it's 20 3/8. That'd be 19 5/8. So our mud needs to come up that much, all the way around. So we're gonna do it like right here, and then we're gonna check everywhere, like right here. 19 5/8. 19 5/8. That's how high it needs to come. Using the Thinset Slurry is a really important step, as it is our bonding agent between our mud set and the subfloor, in this case being the concrete. If you pour too much Thinset like I did, just try to trowel it off. You need a thin coat, you don't need a whole lot of Thinset. It is important that you follow the instructions on the bag of mud set that you buy, whatever brand that you choose, but the right consistency should be as it shows on the video. It's more on the dry side, so it's easier for shaping on the slope. What I like to do first is support my drain. This drain was slightly out of level when I installed it because the pipe was slightly out of level. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to shim it up from the one side with the mud set and make it level on the top. So it's really important that your drain is supported, because people are going to actually step on this thing and you don't want this to be moving around. So get a bunch of mud in there, pack it right underneath it. Next step is going to be the perimeter of the mud bed. This perimeter needs to be level. Remember earlier when we measured where we need it to be from the laser down? Well, this is time to recheck that and pour a bunch of mud set around the perimeter. Once you know the right height the mud set needs to be at, pour a bunch of mud around the perimeter about 1/2 inch higher than it needs to be, because remember, we got to pack this down. We're going to compress it down to give it its shape. Around the perimeter, it needs to be flat and level, but going towards the drain, it's going to be kind of a cone. There's many ways to packing down the mud bed. There's also many tools that are used. I like to use levels and also my Marshalltown trowels. I like to use this midget one because it's really handy. Some people like to use bigger ones. It's up to you. Really, it's whatever that gets you comfortable working with the mud. I also like to use gloves because this mud and all that stuff that's in it could cause some damage to your skin. So make sure you cover yourself and stay safe out there when you're working on this mud bed. If you happen to be short on some areas, don't worry, just add some more mud and pack it down the same way as you did before. There's no need to panic. right, so we're finally level and flat all the way around our perimeter. Now it's time to make the cone shape going down towards the drain. For this step as well, you can use many tools. You can use levels, you can use straight edges, you can use sticks, you can use whatever that you can get on the job site that's flat and that you can cut down to the right size. Because as you can see on this case, I'm using my 16-inch level, but it's not going to be enough for all the way around because there are some areas like going towards the corners that it becomes longer. So I have a set of straight edges, I have a set of levels, but if you're just starting, you may just want to stick with some pieces of baseboard or something you can grab and cut to size every job. It's a lot cheaper than having a $500 set of tools. If you're lucky enough to have all the tools, then kudos to you. Your life is going to be a lot easier. So for this step, we're pretty much just filling in the gaps in between the perimeter and the drain, and then we're packing it as we go. Once we have it packed above the level that we need it to be, then we're going to screed it off with the tools that we mentioned. In this case, my 16-inch level. So we're going to pack it down, and if it's still too high, we're going to screed it off and get rid of the extra mud and just keep working down the circle. Easy and cheap way to do your mud set. The bags of mud are very inexpensive, from $6 to $8 a bag depending on the brand you go with. We will be waterproofing this one with the membrane and then liquid waterproofing on the walls. So yeah, that's it. Let me know if you need me to make any more videos or what you need videos of. I'll be making more videos this 2020. I really want to get my subscription count up. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and like this video. It helps me a lot.